Hello, I hope you all are doing great. Today I'm gonna bake banana bread. The list of ingredients is on your screen. So let's start with making the batter. So for that, I'm gonna start mixing first my dry ingredients. So now keep this aside and let's start with our wet batter first. So I'm gonna take sugar and olive oil and I'm gonna mix it very well. Sugar is not gonna dissolve fast, so don't worry about that, but mix it for at least 3 to 4 minutes. All right, so now in a separate bowl, I'm gonna take 2 bananas. Smash the bananas really well so that you don't have bigger chunks of it. After you have smashed the bananas, throw them in the bowl with sugar and olive oil, and in the same bowl where you smashed bananas, break 2 eggs and beat them for 1 to 2 minutes. We don't need to beat the eggs too hard or work on them too much. So just beat them lightly for a minute or two. Once you add the bananas and eggs, just make sure you mix it very well because after this you're going to add your dry ingredients. So I have mixed my wet ingredients really well, and now I'm going to sift through the dry ingredients. Now using a spatula, we're going to mix our dry and wet ingredients. So the technique is you have to take your spatula from the sides and move it to the center along with your ingredients or with your content in the bowl so that everything is mixed really well. So after mixing it very well and you don't see any traces of dry ingredients, you are going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. If you do not have vanilla essence, you can also add lemon zest or lime zest, so it will give you a nice flavor to it. Now I'm going to prepare the baking pan for baking, so just rub it with any oil or butter that you have. So I'm using olive oil, and then I'm going to just sprinkle some flour on it so that the bread doesn't stick to it and it comes off really easily after baking. So now before pouring the batter into the baking pan, because I'm extra, I'm gonna add nuts and raisins into it. So you can skip this step or you can add half cup of mixed crushed nuts and half cup of raisins as per your preference, and then mix them really well, and then your batter is ready to go for baking. So after pouring the batter in your baking pan, make sure you spread out the batter evenly in your baking pan so that you get a nice loaf after it's done. I have set the oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna bake this in 2 separate parts. First will be for 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, I'm gonna take it out, do a quick test, and then wrap it with a silver foil. You don't need to cover it entirely, just put a silver foil on top of it so that we don't burn the top of the loaf or your banana bread, and after 20 minutes you can take it out. So total 55 minutes, 35 and 20. So it's been 55 minutes and our bread is done. This is not a very sweet bread since we have only used half cup of sugar, and the bananas also bring a lot of sugar to it. So it is perfectly well sugared cake. It's easy on your diet. We have used whole wheat flour, which is also healthy. So try this recipe and let me know how it turns out for you. Thank you.